The wait for Camellya is almost over, and in today's video I'm going to cover everything you need to know regarding this character so you can be ready for the moment she drops. So let's get right on to it. Up first, we're going to talk about the team compositions, or the characters that go best with Camellya. And honestly, this character is extremely versatile. Whether you want a unit that is going to deal consistent damage or big bursts of damage, she got you covered, as she can do both pretty damn well. When it comes to team building, you're going to want to use characters like the Shorekeeper and Sanhua, as they will allow you to hypercarry and deal insane amounts of damage extremely fast. Now, if you don't have the Shorekeeper, you can also run Verena. Both of these are going to be very good and very comfortable. The only reason Verena is on second picks is because I'm giving her a little bit of a rest, and we do have the Shorekeeper, which looks great and has incredibly nice buffs. Sanhua, I do think, is going to be one of her best pairings, so do be sure to have her leveled up. And when it comes to the third pick, it's going to be Havoc Rover, and by no means does third pick means that is the worst, because the other rows don't really have another DPS. Our Havoc Rover is going to be kind of a dual DPS build. Overall, these are the characters that I think are going to pair best with her, but there are going to be a lot of other characters that work very well with Camellya. We still have to wait until she drops, and we still have to wait and see how her kit fully fleshes out. Up next, we have the total materials that is going to take you to max level up your Camellya, and there's going to be quite a lot, so do be sure you begin farming as soon as possible. There's a lot of things here, but you can begin farming your topological confinement, your dreamless feathers, your novas, metallic drips, whispering cores, and do be sure you get yourself some shell credits, because as we know at this point, it's very expensive to level up your characters. Now, I know that saying you need all these materials might be a little overwhelming. Well, I'm going to link this page in the description of the video, but you can come right here and check exactly how many materials you need for each one of the levels. And if you scroll down on this page, you will see that you can also check the skill attributes and stat enhancements you will be getting as you level up your skills. And if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page, you will see that they have a calculator, so you know exactly how many resources you need to take them to very specific character levels, their skills to very specific levels. And as you can see right here, we're taking level 7 and level 70 for your character as a base formula, because that's the most common place most people will be at. And as you can see right here, it tells you exactly how many things you need, and you can bring this all the way up to level 90, which is max character level currently, and it'll tell you exactly how many materials you need. And that's pretty much it. I wanted to add this here so people have ease of mind and they know exactly how many materials they need depending on the level they are. Now let's talk about weapons. Her best in slot is going to be her own signature weapon, as it is with almost every single limited banner character, but there are going to be some second options that are going to allow you to consider skipping her weapon if you don't want to summon or you don't have the resources. Those swords being the Emerald of Genesis. That is the 5-star standard banner sword, and it is pretty damn good when it comes to her kit. And you also have the Blazing Brilliance, which is also pretty damn good. So if you have either one of these swords, you can go ahead and consider skipping her sword if you don't have the resources or you simply don't want it. You also have the extreme budget options, which are the Commando of Conviction, or the Lunar Cutter, and Lumen Gloss. Now, I don't advise you run these weapons as they're not that good, but if you do have some of the other ones, which by now almost everybody should have at least the Emerald of Genesis, you should be pretty good when it comes to building her kit. Now let's talk about the echoes. I really want to clarify, you can build this character with either Sun Sinking Eclipse or Lingering Tunes, but as you know with me, I like building my DPS with the echoes of the same element as them. So in this case, we're going for Sun Sinking Eclipse. Now when it comes to the forecast, you can go for Crownless or Dreamless, preferably Crownless. Crownless is going to be better for this build. When it comes to the 3 costs, we don't really have a lot of options, and when it comes to the 1 cost, we also don't have a lot of options. Now, I do believe that at some point, we're going to get a dedicated or at least a much better 4-cost Havoc Echo, but for now, these are our only options when it comes to the echoes we can use. Now let's talk about the echo stats. First off, the main stats. For the 4 cost, you want crit damage or crit rate. For the 3 cost, you want havoc damage or attack percentage, depending on how you're building the character. And for your 1 cost is easy attack percentage. When it comes to the substats, it's pretty simple. It's the same as every single DPS. Crit damage and crit rate are going to be your main go for stats, then Resonance Liberation and skill damage, then attack percentage, and energy regen. Overall, pretty basic. This is how you build pretty much every single DPS in the game. Now, there is one more thing I want to show you guys, and this is how to go about getting extra resources so you can speed up your character's leveling. And the first place we're going to go to is Uncle Way. If you go over to Uncle Way, you will see that he sells several materials that are going to help you leveling up your characters, as you can see right here. And this is going to make everything so much easier. It might not be a whole bunch of them, but if you go out of your way, you can go ahead and buy yourself several of these items. And even if they're in the lower rarity, you will still use these and they will help you out a ton. So let's go ahead and buy some of these just to start getting ourselves set up. Our next stop where you can get some materials and make your grind a lot easier is going to be the Shi Fang Pharmacy. If you go over here and you talk to Coco, you will see that she sells a bunch of resources that you're going to need in order to level up your characters. So do be sure to come over here and talk to her in order to make your grind a lot easier. Now I'm going to quickly show you where you can go about getting yourself some Nova. First off, we have the standard map. You can see them right here. And then we have the Thethys Deep. This is going to be your farming locations for this material. And I really wanted to show you this real quick so you know exactly where you go to get it. You can also go to Cool Money in the Black Shores Archipelago, and he will sell you some extra goodies that you could use to level up your character. So let's go ahead and check out what Cool Money has in its inventory. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of things you want to make sure you get, and they will help you out a ton. Our next stop is going to be the Point Shop, and over here you can buy a bunch of resources, as you can see, but if you go down to the bottom, you can also buy level up resources, and you can get quite a few of them. 60 of each to be precise. So you want to make sure you go out here and get these as soon as possible, especially because they're so cheap, and we have a whole bunch of these points that we can use in order to get these resources. And last but not least, we're gonna go to the Tiger's Maw ore shop and talk to Shilang. And this dude right here is going to sell us some materials as well. Now these materials do not refresh, or at least they haven't refreshed since the start of the game. But as you can see, you can get some nice little resources that are going to help you out leveling up your character. Alright, and that pretty much wraps it up for the video. I try to keep it as short and simple as possible so you guys can just skim through it. I also put timestamps in case you're looking for very specific information. But once again, thank you guys for watching, and if you're looking for more Wuthering Waves content or a simple streamer you can watch and chill to, be sure to check out the channel. We go live every other day with Wuthering Waves, and we do have a really nice community on Discord where you can come hang out, ask questions, and all that good stuff. For now, best of luck on your farming, best of luck on your upcoming summons, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.